What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're answering the question, what is Parkinson's Law? Parkinson's Law is a law that can 10x your productivity. Some of the most innovative and productive minds in the history of our civilization, Elon Musk and Thomas Edison, just to name a few, have used this law in its full effect, and you can use this law to make yourself much more productive also. So what is Parkinson's Law? Why is it so effective? Parkinson's Law states that work will expand to fill its time allotted for completion. So if you give yourself 30 minutes to complete a task that can take 10 minutes, it will take you 30 minutes, but you could have just as easily completed that task in 10 minutes if you allotted 10 minutes for yourself to complete it. Now, the reason that this is such an effective and important law to understand is because a lot of the times we don't even intentionally allocate a set amount of time to complete a given task. So what we're doing when we do that is give ourselves no limit for completion. So maybe we have an intention to clean our room, but we don't set an intention for how long it's going to take to clean our room. And so we're more susceptible to being sidetracked and distracted instead of actually cleaning our room. Now, if we say, okay, I'm gonna spend the next half hour cleaning my room and I'm gonna be done in a half hour, then you're gonna clean your room in 30 minutes. This is why the most effective and the most popular time management tool that people utilize is called time blocking. And it's essentially following this same law. Time blocking is just allocating a certain amount of time for one thing, and then a certain amount of time for another thing, and a certain amount of time for another. It's organizing your day into a series of time blocks. So that is going to maximize your productivity. That might seem kind of obvious, but there's a lot of instances where we can take advantage of this law where we don't. Cleaning your room, for example. If you have some spare time, that might not be something that you necessarily allocate time for, but if you have an hour of spare time, and before you go ahead and start to clean your room, you take a second to estimate how long is it going to take me to actually clean my room. Okay, it's going to take me about 20 minutes. Set the intention that you're going to spend 20 minutes to clean your room to completion. And then that gives you an extra 40 minutes of free time rather than eating up an hour of your time just cleaning your room. So if you're not already time blocking throughout your day, I highly recommend you start to do that and just see the results for yourself. See how much more you can get done in a day and see how much more focused you're going to be when you do what we call intention building around how much time it's going to take you to do something to completion. And the reason that you're going to be so much more focused and less distracted is because you know, okay, I have an hour to do this. And if it's going to take you an hour, you don't have time for anything else. So in that hour, you're going to be intentional about doing the task that you have to do. Now, I've sort of just been discussing utilizing this law on a day-to-day basis, but you can also utilize it on a longer time frame. So if you have some larger tasks that you want to complete, if you have some larger ambitions, some big dreams, some big goals, things that might take a couple months or even a couple years, setting yourself an amount of time to complete those things. Say you want to write a book, saying, okay, I'm going to spend 2 years writing a book, and then breaking that down into smaller chunks. I'm going to spend 1 month planning it and outlining it. I'm going to spend a year writing it, and I'm going to spend another 11 months revising it and editing it. That is going to make you much more productive because you are intention building. So that's Parkinson's Law. It's not very complicated. It's very simple, but it's very, very powerful and underutilized. Even if you already do keep a pretty good schedule with some time blocking, don't underestimate how effective this law can be when you're just utilizing it for small things that kind of come up throughout the day outside of your schedule. So if you want to tidy up an area of your house where there's a bunch of cords and a bunch of wires and you kind of want to organize that space a little bit, and that wasn't something that you were planning on, but you have a little bit of time for, set the intention that you're going to spend 15 minutes completing that task, and then you're going to move on. And I promise you, you will get it done if you give yourself a reasonable amount of time to do it, and then you're going to have more time for other things. Time is money, time is valuable, so it's very important to maximize our time to get the most out of life, to get the most out of ourselves. So that's it for Parkinson's Law. Like I said, Elon Musk is somebody who utilizes this to an extreme. Thomas Edison would famously speak to the media about some plans that he had for some inventions and stuff like that before he would even get the ball rolling on it, so that it would kind of give him pressure and give him a smaller amount of time to complete it. So that was him utilizing Parkinson's Law in a bit of a non-conventional kind of way, but fundamentally it's still utilizing the same principles. So obviously I don't have to tell you that those are two very productive individuals. You can read some Tim Ferriss. He talks about Parkinson's Law in the 4-Hour Work Week. That's just a really good resource in terms of productivity as well. And you can read Mastery by Robert Greene. He also talks about it in that book as well. And again, an excellent resource. So as always, I just wanted to leave you off with some good resources on top of the content that I shared with you in this video. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more valuable content like this. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one.